Well, it's summertime, folks. No time to clean. We want time to barbecue. We want time to get outside. I'm going to give you 6 tips for frugal house cleaning and quick house cleaning, and then we're going to talk about a turkey burger. Welcome, friends, to the channel Classy Frugality. My name is Tanya, and I'm so glad you decided to join me today. So on today's video, we're going to talk about 6 quick, frugal tips for house cleaning for your busy summer. Nobody wants to sit around spending their time scrubbing and vacuuming and doing all these household tasks when you could be spending time doing other things in the summertime. I know everybody has vacations, they have places they want to go, even if it's your backyard. You don't want to spend that time in here in the house as like, you know, Cinderella's maid. So, and I also want you to know that this bunch of tips comes from a document that my friend Kathy from California sent to me. It's some things, and I decided to go through those, and I picked 6 of my favorite tips. It's stuff that I've tried and stuff that works, and it really helps. It's not anything that you have to go buy fancy ingredients for, fancy cleaning supplies, expensive cleaning supplies, anything like that. It's probably stuff that you most likely have around the house already, and it can help you get the job done quickly and in a frugal manner, save you some money. So number 1, we've all had this. I have this. Even though we have municipal water source, we have, you know, city water as they call it, our shower head gets clogged a lot, and I've had to use this tip before. You all may already know what I'm going to say if you've used this tip before, but if you have a clogged shower head, it's too stubborn to come apart, you can't get in there and clean the gunk out of there. I guess it's mineral buildup from the water. Make you a soaking bag for filling that up. Put you some distilled white vinegar in a sandwich bag. You put that over that shower head. Put your rubber band or tie it up with whatever you have. Let that sit. Let that soak overnight. The next morning, when you take that off, that clog should be dissolved and you should be able to go on with your business. You know, no fancy cleaning supplies, no scrubbing. So, you know, after you take your shower, just put that on there and wait 24 hours and it should be good to go. It's worked for me in the past. All right. Number 2, make easy work of cleaning a porcelain sink. Make a solution of equal parts regular bleach and water. So, you know, if you're adding a cup of bleach, you would add a cup of water, mix that together. I would never mix anything else with bleach, like any other cleaning solutions, like ammonia or anything that creates toxic, dangerous gases. So, I wouldn't typically recommend mixing anything, but this is water that we're mixing this bleach with. Also, if you have rubber gloves, be sure to wear rubber gloves. If you've ever worked with bleach, you've seen it can really eat your skin up if you fool with it too long. So put you a little bit of bleach down, or that bleach water solution that we just talked about. Put that on the sink and then cover it up with some paper towels. If you're like me and you don't buy paper towels, just you cover it with a cleaning rag, your regular cleaning rags that you use, and then let it sit for about 5 minutes, longer if you need to, and then just rinse it with some clear water. It works like a charm. Sometimes I do this on my cooktop too, on my stove. All right, tip number 3. When soap scum or rust or other stains won't come off of a tub with average scrubbing, take you some borax, just regular old powdered borax, make you a paste with some water. Just add just enough water. You don't want the 50-50, the 1-to-1 ratio like you did with the Clorox and water. You want to add just enough water to where it's a paste. You still want to be able to spread that. Make sure it's sticky enough to stick to the sides of your tub or your sink or whatever it is you're scrubbing. And then cover it with your cleaning rag or your paper towels if you buy paper towels still. Let it sit for an hour and then scrub it with a brush. You're not wanting to go in there and scrub and scrub and scrub until you get it all off. Let that borax do the work. Borax is cheap. Borax is something we keep around the house all the time. Take advantage of that. Okay, number 4. Pardon me. Use chalk to clean like marble and metal surfaces. If you have a refrigerator or whatever, use that. Crush you up some chalk in a little plastic bag by tapping it with a hammer. Then dip a soft cloth into the powder and rub. So it makes a really good polishing tool. Number 5. I think this is one of my favorites. This was really, I'd actually never done that before until I read it on this paper, then I had to try it. Because you know how I am, I do save things. Anyway, if you're trying to vacuum under a refrigerator or another hard to reach spot and you can't get under there, you're not strong enough to move the refrigerator or the couch or whatever that heavy item is, and that extension on your vacuum is just not long enough to get under there. I love this. Put a cardboard tube from a roll of paper towels, gift wrap, or another product on the end of the hose attachment. For any narrow openings, you just bend, kind of flatten the end of the tube. Is that not clever? Because I do save cardboard tubes sometimes, to an extent. You know how I am. I save jars. Anything that I think I might be able to use later, I'll save it. So that's just a really good, cool tip. Using stuff that you already have, using stuff you would have thrown away. And it really works. All right, finally, tip number 6. To loosen burned on food from a barbecue grill rack, place it in a trash bag. Mix you up a cup of baking soda and a half a cup of ammonia and pour it over the rack. Just close that bag, let it sit overnight. Don't be in there scrubbing. You don't want to be doing that. The next day, and you're doing this outside too, remember that. You're not doing this in the house. The next day, wearing gloves, rinse that off. You could do this with your oven racks. If you say you don't have a barbecue grill, do it with your oven racks. If you had to, you could take that bag and you could sit it inside your bathtub overnight while you're waiting on it to do its thing. The baking soda and the ammonia to do its thing. But anyway, those were just 6 frugal, quick housekeeping tips for you to use during your busy summer. So also during a busy summer, do you know what's good? Burgers. Now, not all of us have a grill. Not everybody has space outside. You may live in an apartment building. You're not able to have one. You can still have a burger. Just make it on the stove. I'm going to show you how I make turkey burgers. There was a viewer who had wanted to know how I make my turkey burgers. I don't follow any complicated recipe. I get the festive frozen ground turkey from Walmart that costs $1.98 for 1 pound. And I'm going to show you now how we make those burgers. So we're going to start with 1 pound of festive frozen ground turkey. There are different varieties of the festive ground turkey. You can get it flavored like breakfast sausage. You can get it flavored like taco meat. It comes with taco seasoning already in it. I get all three kinds and they're all very good. This one right here is what I have bought to replace just ground beef, and I use this in everything I would use ground beef for: spaghetti, chili, hamburgers. So today we're just gonna make some burgers. I'm gonna go ahead and defrost this, and I have flipped them over now. If it starts getting like the liquid's cooking out and you're getting a lot of popping and stuff, here's what I like to do. I like to just pour in a little bit of water. Not so much that they're swimming. Just do that and put the lid back on. Now, you'll see that I have a loaf of French bread here. Got that at Walmart the other day. It was reduced 27 cents. So I've got that. I'm slicing that into pieces. And then for cheese, if you like cheese, I'm putting the sandwich mates singles. These are imitation, pasteurized, processed cheese food. So yeah, this is a processed food, but it tastes good, and it's like $1.34 or something like that for 16 slices. We've been eating this for a couple years now, and we like it. All right, they're done. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the burner off, and I'm gonna serve us up a burger. So we're not gonna eat all these right now, but if we were, I would go ahead and put the cheese directly on them in the pan and let it melt. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put these directly onto this bread. So I'm gonna have a couple. And here they are. I'll just put my cheese on there to melt, and then I may put some onion, I may put some pickle, but that's the way I eat them. Of course, Leonard had to get a turkey burger also. He is currently enjoying that. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you're not a subscriber to the Classy Frugality family, if you would just hit that subscribe button down in the corner, I would greatly appreciate it. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. Also, if you like the video, if you just give me a big thumbs up, comment as well. That helps me out so much. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my burgers now, and I'm gonna get ready and go to church. But until I see you again, I hope you have a blessed day.